Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dynamic Divas. I am Rachit, your host for the show. Today we have an incredibly inspiring guest joining us, Elizabeth Pappalardo from Sydney, Australia. Elizabeth is a community program manager at Microsoft and she empowers Microsoft MVPs and regional directors every day. Her journey in tech industry is nothing sort of remarkable. Welcome Elizabeth to the show. How are you doing today?
Thank you so much. What an introduction. Thank you for having me.
Yes, I have a lot more to talk about you. I'll gently touch base on very few intriguing aspects of your story. You have worked in not-for-profit sector before joining Microsoft, so you have shown your commitment towards making a positive impact in the world. And you also have passion and curiosity and a dedication to problem solving, due to which you were able to build a career in technology space even without going to university. And I mean, having said that, we don't suggest that not going to university is an option, but rather to emphasize that passion and curiosity can pave the way for successful career in technology space. You are a strong advocate for work-life balance and mental health, and your mornings are filled with movement and sunshine. So, Elizabeth, truly honored to have you here. And can you share about your work-life balance thought processes and how are your mornings routine looking like nowadays? So I'll hand it over to you just for a introduction and sharing your journey with our audience. Thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much. So I guess my journey in the tech career, it wasn't intentional that I wanted to be in tech. In fact, I didn't even know I could have a career in tech. I think especially just going back to high school, I didn't do those techie type subjects. I thought I wanted to do design or health, actually, to be honest. But I decided not to go to university when I was 17 years old. And I was just really excited just to start working and get industry experience. So I did an advanced diploma in marketing, which landed my first job in not-for-profit, working for a humanitarian organization. And I've kind of just pivoted from different not-for-profit industries. But I guess in my recent career, I was working for a membership body in the IT sector. So that's kind of how I got my foot in the door with IT and technology. And I started learning all about the different possibilities with careers in tech. And that kind of led me to my role at Microsoft, working with our MVPs and our Microsoft Learn Student Ambassadors, which are basically community leaders, people within our community that are really doing great work in the community. They're inspiring others with technical skills and knowledge, and Microsoft likes to acknowledge and award those people for their great work in the community. So yeah, that's what's led me here today. And I really am an advocate for work-life balance. I think that has such a positive impact on our mental health when we can get that balance good. So I love to start my mornings going to the gym or going for a walk. I live near the water, so just trying to just be around nature, that really kind of balances me and fuels me to keep going. So yeah, that's me.
That's great, Elizabeth. And you have touched on few very important things which we should be taking care of in everyday life and such a fast-paced world, which is around taking care of your mental health and well-being. It is so important because there is so much happening around us. The market is evolving. The whole way of workings are changing. So I'm really happy to see that you are going gym, and I personally go for a walk. Like I don't go gym, but I go for a walk for at least 30 to 40 minutes a day. And being close to nature helps you feel refreshed and stay clear in your thought process. So that's great to know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think as well, because I tend to work late in the evenings, and that's just the nature of working for a global team or working in an APAC region. There's different time zones to consider. So I really do try to give my times in the morning to just switching
Yeah,
off, and just being around nature, hearing the birds. It just helps set up my day as well. For
that's
sometimes
so
it
great.
is long hours.
Yeah, even sitting next to a window helps. You can see the sky, you can see the trees.
Yeah,
That also opens up a lot of thought process. And also, apart from like being close to nature, people should also pursue their hobbies and maybe start a hobby if you don't have. I recently started learning music with along with my daughter. Like she goes to classes, and I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for her to finish a class. Why don't I also enroll in the same classes? So while she's learning her piano, I'm learning guitar in a separate room. So I
great.
feel that as a good way to utilize my time, and it also helps me to, just focus on something else apart from work. So I
Yeah.
think that's a great message, to have a hobby, have a passion in something else apart from your day-to-day work, and also stay close to nature, and that helps you to maintain your well-being. You also talked about the MVP and MLSA program, and you work with a lot of MVPs in this space. So, can you tell us few programs? Like we know MLSA is more for students, and MVPs is more for working professionals, and then there is a regional director. So, can you give an overview of what are these different programs where people can participate, contribute, and bring more impact to the community? Yeah.
Great question. So I guess at Microsoft, we have different opportunities to engage with communities, and there is different ways you can do it. But what we see in the community is that there's people out there that are constantly giving their time, their knowledge, to really empower and help others with technical knowledge and skills. So we've set up these communities. So if you're a student, you're in university, and you're looking to connect with like-minded people that are learning the Microsoft ecosystem, and you're keen to empower others as well to learn, we've got the Microsoft Learn Student Ambassador Program, which is a global community of, I think, about 4,000 students around the world. And you can connect with these students and work on projects together, do cloud skills challenges, get access to even free certifications at times as well to help you build those skills. So when you graduate university and you're looking for your dream job, you can really showcase to your future employees that you've got the skills and I guess also the initiative and the drive to learn, and you're curious as well. And we also complement those technical skills with the ability to showcase your leadership skills. So if you're out there in the community, you're a student and you're hosting your own study groups, or you're empowering others to learn what you've just learned as well. Employees really love to see that leadership really displayed in what you've done at university and as a student as well. So it's a really good point of difference, and Microsoft really wants to just help really build the skills and capacity of our future leaders. So once you've graduated, you're working in industry. We've got a program for professionals. It's an awards program that you have to get nominated to go into, but it's the Microsoft Most Valuable Professional program. And so this program really recognizes industry professionals who are sort of deep experts in a particular area. It could be in security, or .NET, or AI, for example. So these are people that are technical experts, and they're showcasing their skills, they're learning, they're writing blogs, they're writing books, they're hosting user groups. They're really out there and helping build the knowledge of the community. The community looks up to them for information, for guidance, because our MVPs essentially are at the forefront of the technology and how it's always changing as well. Our MVPs get access to product groups, so they tend to be the first ones in the community that will share the latest news coming from Microsoft as well. So if you're interested in being part of a community and you don't know where to start, you can even go on places like meetup.com and just type in the technology you want to learn about, or just type in Microsoft or technology. Just find keywords that appeal to you, and you can search by your state. And I'm sure there's a user group out there, or even a LinkedIn group or a Facebook group, depending on where you are in the world. Most likely there is an MVP hosting something close to you or online that you can attend. And it's just a place for people just to learn, to share information, and to network as well. And then lastly, we have our regional director program, which are more for our C-level executives, and they act as advisors to Microsoft. So they might be invited to have conversations around strategic projects or initiatives or product features as well. So they're having those high-level conversations with our product leaders. So that's kind of the, I guess, the different communities that we have at Microsoft as well.
So we have 4,000 MLSAs across the globe, more than 3,000 MVPs across the globe, and a lot of regional directors across the globe. And they all are working together towards driving these initiatives to spread knowledge, create platform for people to learn. And people like you, Elizabeth, you are our community manager. So you are helping all of us working together day to day and making sure we get those platforms at the right time. And you help us connect with people in different geographies. So these programs actually open up a lot of platforms for you to not only grow from a technology perspective, but also help create relationships, network with like-minded people, and see what's happening across the globe and stay up to date.
Yeah.
I feel it's these programs are adding a lot of value, not only for people to build their careers, but also to stay up to date. Because, as you said, MVPs are always out there sharing what's new in a particular business area or a technology area. And if someone is utilizing these platforms, and it's all available for free, right? Like
Exactly.
you can go on LinkedIn, search MVPs, you can go on Meetup, join a user group. So there are a lot of platforms and opportunities in Microsoft space which Microsoft is creating, not only in Dynamics 365 but also in data, Azure cloud. There are so
Yeah.
many different technologies people can choose their career.
Yeah, it's actually through our MVPs that inspired me to pursue different learning paths as well. So I last year got my certification in Azure Fundamentals, my AZ900, and also PL900 Power Platform. And it was the resources provided by our MVP communities that helped me really learn and inspire me to learn. I was seeing other people passing these
Yeah.
exams, and to be honest, I never thought I could pass these exams because I never was exposed to using these on a kind of like a developer kind of level. But I guess if you start at fundamentals and you go through the trainings and you listen to the tutorials on YouTube, or you attend the virtual training days that we have as well at Microsoft, you'll be surprised with what you can learn and the hands-on experience that you can get, because you can practice yourself and have a little play, and in your own time take the exam. And it's given me a lot more foundational knowledge of Microsoft products by taking these exams. But I guess in the future, I might think, oh, where can this take my career? But I don't think I would have really made myself or push myself to learn if I wasn't around such inspirational people sharing knowledge. So I guess my advice as well to everyone is follow leaders in the community that are sharing, that information. You can go on our MVP website. Just search MVP communities on a search engine, and you can say find an MVP, and you can follow a lot of social handles that are listed on our MVP profiles, or you can just search on LinkedIn Microsoft MVPs and just follow their content. And there will be something one day that you see. You'll probably tag in your save for later folder. And if you've got some free time, you might want to watch their video or read their blog. But yeah, there's so much content online, and that's the beauty of community, because community is all about that spirit to give and to really help each other. So yeah.
Correct. No, that's so true. And Microsoft Learn has evolved like quite nicely in last few months and years. Like the courses are very structured. You can target a particular certification or a role, and it
That's
will give you a step-by-step learning path. You can do it at your own pace, and it's not all theory, as you mentioned, Elizabeth. You can actually write code, execute scripts, get access to trial environments. You can get your own lab using Microsoft Learn account, and which helps you to practice hands-on tasks and helps you to get more confidence. And as you said, you clear a certification not only because you are looking to change your career, but it's more about staying up to date with the latest technology trends, making you feel confident that yes, you know the fundamentals. And fundamentals is a great way for anyone who wants to start their journey in tech
yeah,
space. And not only coding, you can do low code, no code
that's
platforms, and you can learn Power Platform and Dynamics 365 as well. So, Elizabeth, how is your experience with Dynamics 365? You have been using it as well. So, can you share some of your insights on what do you feel about this
yeah.
application and how are you using it?
I remember I'm an end user of Dynamics 365. I remember the first time I used it, I was in another job, another company I was working for. They just implemented this really cool way to submit your expenses. And the app was really seamless and smooth. And I'm sure there was probably automation flows behind the scenes for approvals and stuff. But yeah, it was just a really modernized way to, I guess, to capture data and to get those approvals. And I've also used a CRM system as well for customer sort of reporting and lists. So I think it's a fantastic a product. We've also got Power Platforms as well. So if you're low code, no code, or you're in marketing, I've got a marketing background. I wish I came across this way earlier in my career, because I remember there was also a time when I was using chatbots, and Microsoft has virtual agents as well to help you build the chatbot. So I guess it doesn't matter what career path you're in terms of like your role. I feel like when it comes to learning tech skills, whether it is Dynamics or something else, there's something for you to be able to implement to be more efficient in your role, to capture data better, and to solve problems, maybe using apps or automation flows. So I love the products that we have. And as you mentioned previously, you can go on Microsoft Learn and you can search by career paths, and that could really help give a guide for those interested in exploring a path with Dynamics 365 as to sort of the skills, but where to take that as well. So that's
Yeah.
kind of my experience. So more end user, but I'm definitely seeing the potential. And since doing my PL 900 for Power Platform certification, where you learn about apps and automation flows, I'm more now aware of like what problems do I have, and now how can I solve that using apps. So I guess even just that fundamental training can just plant those seeds for you, to maybe take the initiative, build something, show your employer. Maybe you can make a bigger impact on the organization as well, not just helping your own system. So yeah, there's lots of potential.
That is so true. it's not only for learning but also solving your real problems. Once you know the fundamentals, once you know the tools, you know which tool to use, and you can experiment with it, and then yes, of course, show it to your employer, organization. And definitely that can be a turning point in your career as well, where I have seen success stories. I remember uh, Samit Seni, who used to work at London Heathrow Airport in the security department, and he is now the innovation and power platform architect there, because he used his personal time to learn power platform, and then he built some apps which solved the real time problems for the airport, and now his career has totally transformed. If you just Google him, you can read a
I
lot
remember
about him.
that story. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's great. Like he didn't have a tech background, but he went out. He obviously had a problem. I think was it about bag handling or security? I can't remember what it was,
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess these tools are fantastic. I think the biggest barrier for most of us is thinking that we don't have the skills, or thinking that we can't do it. But I think if we um, have that curiosity and experiment and explore, we can do it. And the power of community is that you can lean into our leaders within the community. You can ask those questions. There's learning rooms on Microsoft Learn, which is basically like a forum. There's also the tech community forums as well, but there's places where you can just ask people these questions and the community will get back to you. So yeah, I think the biggest barrier is thinking that we don't have the skills, but the technology is evolving and it's becoming easier to use, and yeah, easier to hopefully solve those problems that you have.
great, great thoughts, Elizabeth. So, as we come towards the end of the show, do you have any final closing remarks for the people? I think you have already shared how we can use Microsoft Learn, but yeah, any final closing notes, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I guess for me, it's all about, I've probably said this word a few times, but follow your curiosity. If you are interested in something, search for it on a search engine. My YouTube channel is full of random random new learnings every day. But that's how I learn about what's happening in the world and latest trends in technology. I've also tried to be more active on LinkedIn, because I'm seeing LinkedIn is a great opportunity to network with other people, and just share knowledge as well. And I think one last thing I'd like to share is what I'm learning as well. I think often another barrier is we don't think we are an expert in something, or we've got that imposter syndrome. But I guess use your learning and share that with other people. Make a post on LinkedIn to say, hey, today I did this and I learned this. This is my takeaway. And that could really show your thought leadership. Even if you're new at learning at something, you're showcasing, I guess, yeah, your understanding, or your deep ability to have a perspective on a certain thing. So when you put something out there, you'll be inspiring someone else. So keep learning, keep sharing, and yeah, it will open up opportunities for you, I'm sure. Really agree. And I guess just one thought as well on that is, for example, AI, like it's fairly new. It's been around for a while, but I guess the boom is, in the last, was it a year and a half now? It's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
since OpenAI
yeah.
came out. Oh, sorry, not OpenAI, but yeah, ChatGPT. So that's fairly new for everyone. And we're all on that learning path together. So I think we often forget that everyone's learning something, or, yeah, things are changing quickly. So we're constantly learning and pivoting and adapting. So don't let that be a barrier, that the fact that, you don't know it 100%, stopping you from just showcasing your learning and just your thought leadership with other people.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for sharing your story with us. As we now wrap up this episode of Dynamic Diva, uh, I want to thank and share my gratitude with Elizabeth. Your story is a testament to the power of women and what you can achieve in your career. And it is really inspirational. I'm sure people will listen to your thoughts and advices, and it will definitely benefit them a lot. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Stay tuned for more empowering stories on Dynamic Divas, where we celebrate women who are making their mark in the world of technology. See you in the next episode.